Thank you, Ana Maria, for giving us this opportunity to present and represent the Wiseasy group. Today, I'm going to discuss and probably throw some light on how mobile payments and mobile wallets are expanding digital banking and financial services. So, as we all know about the neobank, this neobank is basically a digital bank and that operates exclusively without any traditional physical branch networks or like brick and mortar branches. The future of finance is not technology. It is an obsession to be on the side of the customer. Technology is just the enabler to make this happen. Today, if we talk about 50% of the world's population will be using digital banking services by the end of 2021. This has been a forecast from Deloitte. 2/3 of the US citizens will be using digital banking services by the end of 2020, as per the American Banking Association. 1.2 billion people in Asia will be using digital banking services by the end of 2020, predicted by McKinsey. So if you look at the graph, we are estimating that by 2024, there would be 187 million users who would be accessing to the digital banking services globally. Many banks' core systems are still antiquated, forcing the customers through antiquated processes. Having a digital front end is simply not enough. Now, this is really very important for the banks. We see that a new service model, including fast, efficient, automated services, will bring greater efficiency and convenience to banking. Now, when we talk about this, it's very important for the banks where they are looking at that transformation, but the transformation needs to have some categories related to smart networks, light terminals or next generation terminals, cloud operations, intelligent sensing. These are some of the implemented use cases in countries in Asia, in certain parts of European countries, even some parts of Latin America. So we're talking about face recognition using 2D, 3D Face ID. We're talking about geofencing. We're talking about real-time monitoring, cloud management and cloud operations. A lot of emphasis has happened, especially in the African segment market, including biometrics with the payments. Especially people are using fingerprints, voice, face recognitions, for any authentication or authorization, right from agency banking to the microfinance institutions. Customers are moving to online and digital banking so that the branch has lost its importance in some communities. Now, again, a very important part, a good statement made before from one of our experts. But if we look at from internet to digital wallet, and now wallets are replacing the physical cards. So there has been a survey which was done by Josh Bank, and they took up a weekly in-store purchases by countries, and then they mapped the transactions and the history of transactions, and they forecasted the transactions. If you look at the green patch or the green color, it indicates the mobile payments. Now we are seeing an immense rise of mobile payments in this all markets, and it is globally. If you look at card payments, now this can be virtual cards or physical cards, that has also gained a lot of momentum. And if you look at the cash and the check, which are the paper payments, or the mode of payments which is paper, is actually reducing over the period of time. We are witnessing the creative destruction of financial services, rearranging it around the consumer. Whoever can do this in the most exciting way using digital technologies will win. That's absolutely rightly said. Why? Because we have seen some disruptions coming in India, for example. We talk about Paytm, we talk about JioMoney, we go down to China, we talk about Alipay, we talk about VPay, we go down to some of the European countries, some of the Latin American countries. There has been an immense growth. A lot of companies which has been a startup, which had been in the payment space or the mobile payment space, bringing innovative technologies, easy methods for the consumers, for the merchants, have gained a lot of access to the market. So if you look at the wallet services, which are very, very important, we see that the first graph shows about the US, versus the worldwide mobile wallet transactions. And if you see, the worldwide transactions are rising rapidly. People are adopting next generation technologies. They are adopting innovative methods and innovative service models to connect to the consumers. My second graph talks about, the mobile wallet worldwide. So there are some estimations which has been done, and we see that 1.31 billion people are estimated to be using mobile payments by 2021. And out of that, if you see, the smartphones is taking a bunch of 42.2%. So the mobile phones have actually converted into a next generation payment infrastructure, kind of, because it is actually connecting and becoming an important sphere in the digital banking arena. Heading from mobile wallet to a digital bank. Now, over the period of time, we have seen, from the global market and with our experience, what we have seen, there are a lot of companies which have launched a wallet application. These wallet applications are basically for replacing the cash. They are, directly for the end consumer to download it from the Play stores or marketplace. Then you have, they try to reach the consumers directly. The next phase, what we have seen is the payments. Like a lot of wallet service providers have started connecting the payments along with the wallet. So you have seen, some of the wallet providers link the cards or credit cards or debit cards along to the wallet. They are also coming out with virtual bank cards. We also see alternate payment networks like QR payments, NFC, which is picking up a lot in many of the countries around the world. We are seeing remittance services. Then we are also looking at a third stage where lending AI services. Now, this is something which has become a disruptive service in Latin America, as well as some of the Asian countries where, lending services mapped with artificial intelligence on the credit scoring has come up a big time winner, right from purchase lending to merchant lending to microcredit to loyalty programs. This is something which has been one of the forefronts of the attraction in this market. We are seeing that the next step would be the insurance services. And we see that insurance, which is currently on a traditional method of issuance, of collections, might even change into a wallet service, an extension of wallet services. And that's where we see that once all different services are implemented, that is the roadmap of becoming a digital bank. So wallets around the world, if you look at North America, you talk about Europe, smart applications are the core of today's digital banking. One of the example is of Lend Foundry reporting that peer-to-peer lending was worth $33.6 billion in US in just 2018. So we're talking about today, it might be much more higher. And if you look at most of the markets, Latin America, Europe, North America, they are all adopting to the new, digital financial services. What was once possible only in a branch will be possible anytime, anywhere. So that is where a lot of banks are thinking about what kind of things we need to do in terms of becoming a digital bank. So a lot of banks, again, over the experience, what we have collected so far, we have seen that they categorize the entire digital banking into different pillars, right from the payment products. When we talk about payment products, it can be card payments, static QRs, dynamic QRs, in-app payments, quick pay, online payments, dynamic pre-authorization, all these services on the payment product side, on the merchant management side, in terms of onboarding, transaction details, terminal management, terminal also becoming a very important part because these are all smart terminals which are highly secured. And that allows a multiple payment mechanism as well as multiple services because it's Android. And then we talk about wealth management, where you have settlement and interest products, insurance and microloans. We have marketing. Now, this is something also which has picked up along with coupling the artificial intelligence, where they are also adding discounting, coupon, cashbacks, buy now, pay later, and the loyalty clubs. And then, of course, you have agency banking and open connectivity with open APIs, with social media connectivity and adopters. So this is something like a framework of a digital bank. What we are also seeing is that 50% of the $1.35 trillion in US, it's actually coming from, or the earnings are going to Google and Amazon, like the tech giants. And if you look at one of the other report which says that $297 billion will be the global bank's IT budget by 2021. And 35% of the bank's revenue could be at a risk from more tech-savvy competitors as soon as 2020. Now, this is very, very important because there are a lot of startups which we are seeing now, and there are a lot of companies which are coming with a lot of innovative ideas and innovative technologies and trying to capture the consumer market. So the banks, unless they don't migrate from their traditional infrastructure to the digital banking infrastructure, or even adopt to the new transformations, it would be very difficult for them to compete along with these new players who are running on the technology innovations. So among all this, what has been the Wiseasy's contribution in this digital age? So there are a lot of things which Wiseasy as a group offers. Of course, one of them being the Wise Bundle, where we are predominantly Android, smart POS manufacturer. We can say that we have innovated and we have done multiple awards or patents for certain category of products in Android POS, and we only focus on Android POS. Along with that, we have also come out with our own compliant payment application, as well as our own terminal management system. So a complete bundle over a single terminal pricing is what is known as Wise Bundle. Of course, we have also come out with other products like Know Your Customers, which is OCR based, biometric based, account opening or customer onboarding, where we have a lot of telcos right now who are our customers globally. We have some of the banks who are our customers globally. We have come out with a very, cost-effective, commercially viable, I can say, Wise Wallet, which is absolutely available on public and private cloud. It can be plug and play because we also have an, multi-protocol adopter inbuilt. We have Wise Pay. We have Wise Face, which is our face application or face ID payments solution, including AI and ML. And then we also have the merchant acquiring solution completely, again, on cloud services. So let me throw some lights on some of the highlights of what we have done in past. So there are a lot of banks who are still using the traditional point of sale terminals. Now, for a bank to migrate from a traditional point of sale to an Android is going to be like investment in terms of course, the new terminals, but at the same time, who's going to develop the application as required by the market? Who's going to be integrating the services? Who's going to be giving them the next generation mobile device management, or the TMS, what we call? So here we are, because we actually offer you everything bundled on a single terminal pricing. So I'm just giving an example. So like, for example, if we give you Android Smart Terminal, which has, the SDK, of course, but it also comes with a Wise Cashier, which is our payment application, which can directly integrate to any of your payment switches, whether you have a HPS or BPC, or you have TCS, TITO, OpenWave, any of the switches, we directly integrate. You directly get the, certifications from the payment networks like Visa, Master, and we also give you the on-premises or private cloud license for managing the terminals, everything bundled on a single terminal pricing. And that is something which is very exciting for the banks or the acquirers, because that's exactly what they want. They want someone to give them the complete ecosystem, and so that they can focus on what they do the best. We have recently also launched our Wisematch, which is a very unique solution where we are using OCR. So it is a pure contactless kind of an application which is linked onto the terminals, which are biometric terminals by us, where we directly can read the MZR or the ID cards or the passports, and automatically it can be scanned. We can have the live face detections. We can fill up the employment details, if any, And then we can even take the signature. So we have the pin on glass certification, so we can get the signature encrypted. We also have the fingerprints which can be taken. The OTP comes across and the customer has been onboarded. Now this can be automatically integrated to your backend, CBS or probably the CRM system, and the entire onboarding process, which was right now a lot of paperwork, can be completely automated by smart applications and the smart terminals. That's what we bring on board. Then we have also the Wise Wallet. Of course, we have our applications for customers, for agents, for merchants, where you can have the basic wallet applications. You can have advertisements in the applications, and you can scan, or you can have QR payment services, or you can even link your credit debit cards with the particular wallet. So basically the application has to be very simple and easy to use, so that any consumer can use any payment method as well as any payment network, both. I'm going to show you a small video. There is we actually implemented a 3D Face ID payments, where we have linked the wallets to the Face ID, and then whenever a customer comes, as soon as he scans the particular goods in the market with the scanner, which you can see, and then once he shows his face, the system automatically detects and does the authentication of the Face ID, and automatically authorizes the wallet to deduct the money as per the total amount. So this kind of a use case has been very successfully implemented in a couple of countries in Asia. Just going back again with the digital vision, what we are looking is bank has to work when and where you need it. The best advice and the best service happens in real time. It's based on the customer behavior, using the principles of big data, mobility, and gamification. Now, very, very important, because big data, the AI, they are all a very, very important part in today's digital transformation. And what we have been seeing is that there has been a lot of adoption of this new innovations and technologies in their respective regions, right from North America to Europe to Latin America, as well as the MEA. So this is just a graph showing that. Now, one of the important part has been the COVID-19. So what has been the impact of that? So we have got some surveys and some studies done, and according to Capgemini, the digital banking is now used in around about 60% of the world's bank population during the COVID-19 days. So we're talking about somewhere around about starting from Feb of this year till date. We're talking about 60% of the world's bank population have started using or accessing digital banking services, and 22% of the US consumers intend to return to the physical branches after COVID-19. Only 22%. So there are a lot of people who are the first movers, who have tried the first time the digital banking services, and there are less than probably 30% of the people who just want to go to the physical branches, and it is estimated that this numbers might even go down. Canadian payment company, the online payment gateway, PaySafe, said that 22% of the global consumers tried e-commerce for the first time in 3 months to June 2020. People have never tried, e-commerce. People have never tried mobile payments. A lot of people, elderly people, young people are still tech savvy, but elderly people are also now accessing the digital services. So if you see some of the graphs which we have seen, the e-commerce revenues have boosted, by over 200% in the first week of COVID-19. We've been seeing that the financial technology services adoption among the internet users, you see China, India, Russia, a lot of countries are now coming up, in terms of this, digital transformation and using the digital accesses. So thank you, guys. I'll be more than happy to answer the question and answers from here on. Any questions you guys have. Thank you.